He stops muttering because someone has arrived, so he asks who is there. It turns out to be Soniang, but surprisingly, she is wearing different clothes from before, looking like a seductress ready to entice a man. On the other side, Cao Tian has lain down happily because after several days sleeping outdoors, he can finally sleep in a comfortable place. The older sister remains still, holding a blanket, so he asks where she's going with that blanket. She answers that Brother Zhang's body hasn't fully recovered yet, so he must not catch a cold. The younger brother agrees. Besides, it wouldn't be good if his future brother-in-law got sick. The sister tells him not to talk carelessly. He says it's already very clear, so why won't the sister admit it? Back to the MC, who asks, what is Soniang doing here? Soniang answers that ever since she saw Zangyuan today, she can't forget him. She moves closer with an itching eagerness, asking whether Zangyuan minds that she is already married. After that question, someone comes calling Zangyuan. It's Xiao Li. She is shocked to find Zangyuan alone with the homeowner, so shocked that the blanket she was carrying drops, and she immediately apologizes with a sad face. She truly can't believe Zangyuan is acting like this behind her, but she tries to hide it by turning away politely, saying she didn't mean to disturb. Zan, who is caught red-handed, stays silent, thinking that even if he explains now, she wouldn't believe it. On the other side, Sonyun keeps coaxing, saying, why doesn't Zangyuan just stay here in Almond Flower together? With those words, her body lowers something that shouldn't be there and finally changes into a monster, cursing for Zangyuan and his companions to leave Almond Flower Village forever. Back to Xiaoling, who has left the room with tears in her eyes. Her feelings truly churn after seeing the one she likes alone with another woman. She didn't expect Zangyuan to be like this. Before her words finish, suddenly an explosion occurs in that building, which of course startles her. After the smoke clears, a man stands firm in the middle, none other than Zangyuan. He says he had already noticed Sonyang's strangeness. She didn't breathe, but looked alive, so he wanted to observe her further. Sonyang is seen collapsed, arm trembling amid the rubble. Cao Tian wakes from bed, asking, what happened? Is Sonyang a monster? Says Xiaoling. Right then, a man appears looking like a vagrant, asking if Zangyuan is an immortal. The two siblings are frightened, but Zangyuan tells them to stay calm because this person is breathing, which means he's human. Not getting a response, the man, panicked, asks again if Zangyuan is truly an immortal. Please take him away from here. Seeing the man's extreme terror, the siblings ask what happened. The man says he is from the Liu family village. 7 days ago, he went to a neighboring village to bring back his fiancée, named Soniang. But that night, he got lost on the way home and entered Almond Flower Village, so they decided to stay the night. However, that night, his fiancée was coaxed out by the villagers and was eaten alive. He tried with all his might to escape the village, but sadly, whatever he did, in the end, he still couldn't get out. Feeling he had no choice, he chose to hide in a room and lock the door. But the most terrifying part, the next day, Sonyang appeared at his door, trying to get him to come out. He was truly scared and confused because he had clearly seen with his own eyes Sonyang being eaten alive that night, so in his view, that couldn't possibly be Sonyang. Right after his words, Sonyang, who had collapsed, rises again and calls him, making him fall into extreme terror, as do the two siblings. Different from Zangyuan, who remains calm, he finally extends 3 fingers forward, filled with golden aura, to unleash a fire technique that lands perfectly on Sonyang.
While in the blaze, Soniang not only groans, but offers if her husband is willing to be eaten by her, then the husband could, it seems, become an immortal and live happily with her in this village. Zangyuan feels nauseated because all he hears is immortal, immortal, again and again. This makes him truly curious. What or who actually is an immortal?
On the other side, the man becomes more panicked when his fiancée calls him again. He is truly hysterical and once more begs Zangyuan to take him away from this place. Suddenly, something shocking happens. The villagers who were on Soniang's side have also been contaminated. They welcome Soniang's arrival. She is a new guest. The more people, the bigger their village grows. One of them asks why Soniang's fiancé doesn't just stay with them in Almond Flower Village. Hearing this offer, the man becomes even more frantic, pleading to Zangyuan to take him. But Zangyuan ignores it because he also has to take care of the two siblings. The man doesn't give up and tries to chase after them, but again, Soniang restrains him, asking him to stay with her so he cannot leave. He curses that Zangyuan is a bastard. What kind of immortal is he? Even if he dies, he won't let Zangyuan go. Soniang laughs at him, while the other contaminated humans immediately swarm the man like zombies. While in the air, Zangyuan asks whether these creatures are what people call terrifying beings. Xiaoling says she doesn't know, while the younger brother is speechless, eyes wide, seeing the man being eaten alive. Zangyuan glances as well, saying he can't protect all three at once, so he didn't bring the man. He accelerates to get away from this place. After a while, he encounters a purple wall and immediately pierces it before finally landing filled with confusion. Xiaoling asks what happened. Why are they back here? Didn't they clearly just fly past the village entrance? Su Tian realizes what's happening. Zangyuan recalls the man's earlier words. So is this what the man also experienced? He does the same as the man did before, hiding in a building until morning comes. Time passes. Su Tian wakes with an annoyed face because it's very noisy and disturbs his rest. He looks up a bit and asks his sister whether those creatures are still outside. They shouted all night and he couldn't sleep well. The creatures chat, saying, "The weather outside today is very nice." To Zangyuan and the two siblings, "Come out. We truly have no ill intent." Xiaoling, peeking through a gap, says the creatures didn't stop all night. As the brother said, they can't get in.
The man from before is now with Soniang, saying, "To the honored immortal Zangyuan, please come out. I am not lying. Look, she has been reborn and feels wonderful now. Zangyuan must join us too. Come out, please, for your own good." Zan tells the two siblings that the man previously also hid in a room for days without being attacked. It seems the villagers are blocked. These creatures can't freely enter others' houses and also can't damage buildings. If that's the case, and considering the three of them can't leave this place, what he fears is that these creatures aren't villagers at all, but because of the village's condition itself alone. The sister asks, what should they do? Can they escape? He answers, he doesn't know either. He thinks, what's happening is the same as the Heaven Mist sect. The villagers here aren't very strong, but their abilities defy logic. In the world of high-level cultivation, such power truly defies the laws of nature. Suddenly, Xiaoling interrupts, saying someone is approaching the village. Cut to the approaching men, moving toward the crowd of mysterious creatures. A man in gray says to his companion that these are Class C terrifying creatures from Almond Flower Village. The companion sneers that there's nothing interesting here, only troublesome and a waste of time. The man in gray smiles slightly, saying, maybe it's not obvious now, but if left in human cities for a while, this could grow into a very terrifying anomaly. Right after his words, indeed the mysterious humans welcome them,
slowly changing into monsters. "Welcome to Almond Flower Village. Since you both are here, why not stay? Believe us, you'll like this place." Seeing this, the sister starts to worry and asks, what should they do? Should they save those two people? He answers, there's no need. Those two aren't breathing. They are not human now. The mysterious creatures close in, attacking the two men with ambition, each wanting to seize the organs of the prey that came this time. The brown-haired man's eyes redden, cursing, "Don't talk," and he slashes with his claws. Xiao Chan is shocked, saying, "That's a monster's hand. What should we do?" asks Xiao Li. Zangyuan doesn't answer. He's still thinking. He can't feel even a trace of energy from the two men. They are neither cultivators nor contaminated villagers. A human able to think and communicate, this is similar to monsters in his previous life. Now he must quickly find other cultivators to understand this world. Back to the man in gray, he says his companion has missed two people, Soniang and her fiancé. Siniang curses. Does the man think he can destroy them? The man in gray feigns fear, but his mouth keeps mocking that Soniang and the fiancé are demons. Right after his words, an explosion occurs, filled with red liquid. Soniang feels something unpleasant on her tongue and then truly groans from it, while the fiancé is stunned. The man in gray also feels the liquid sticking all over his body, cursing, "Did his companion do that on purpose?" The companion answers, "These creatures won't die, so why complain?" Gray agrees. The fire hurts when these creatures bite. What his companion has absorbed won't be able to return. Almond Villa Blossom seems perfect opponent for him. Right after his words, he infuses his body with a reddish aura and opens his chest to suck the mysterious creatures, making them scatter as they're drawn in. He says, "The game is over. Be a good village and join me." The technique he unleashes not only sucks in the villagers, but also destroys buildings. One of them is the one where Zangyuan is, even pulling them in as well. The two siblings say this situation is annoying and the suction is getting stronger. Different from Zangyuan, who judges this as a hidden blessing, perhaps a chance for them. The man in gray truly enjoys his technique, saying, with the villagers gone, what remains is only the village itself. But suddenly he's startled. Someone has slipped away, taking advantage of his distraction. He speculates it must be a cultivator who was trapped, so his companion should handle it. The companion refuses, saying it's not that important, just a low-level anomaly. Better the man in gray who is sucking deal with it and finish. Gray agrees. Fine then, just let them go. But here he releases a blue energy that shoots forward. He then wonders when he hears a rumbling sound. What's going on? Wasn't it quiet before? Why suddenly this noisy? He once again asks his companion to capture Zangyuan, but for the second time, he casually says, it's only a low-level anomaly. Let the cultivator go. Back to the MC, who is shot off at high speed. After some traveling, they decide to stop somewhere. Zangyuan says they must avoid it. The village is under attack. As I suspected, the barrier might weaken for a while, and we were lucky to get out. Xiaoling is delighted. They could leave that terrible village, while Xiao Tian, busy with nausea, says he doesn't want to fly anymore. Zangyuan says he changed direction several times while flying, so without special tracking ability, those two won't find them. But to be safe, it's fine if they keep walking now. He suddenly stops because he senses a presence and immediately turns toward it. The younger brother also sees, asking, "What creature is that?" He answers, it's not an ordinary creature, but another anomaly. If anomalies are this frequent, how can humans in this world survive? It doesn't look threatening for now, so don't provoke it. Let's leave calmly. Time passes. After some traveling, they rest again by a campfire for warmth and to cook food. Xiao Tian is happy, roasting chicken, praising that the mountain chicken Brother Zangyuan got is very tender. Xiaoling says she has repaired Zangyuan's robe. Luckily, she found good thread in that village. Not long after, Xiaoqian notices the previous creature and says, "It's following us." The sister judges, "It looks pitiable, like a puppy that lost its mother." Xiaoqian objects, "Don't guess randomly, it's clearly an anomaly, just as Brother Zangyuan said." Zangyuan becomes uneasy, saying, "We don't know whether it's dangerous, but we must not provoke it, unless it attacks first." Xiaoqian tries to ignore that and act braver because Brother Zangyuan is with them. He offers a roasted chicken thigh, not purely generous, but with a hidden motive, asking Zangyuan to teach him. Zangyuan says Xiaoqian has good spiritual roots. Xiaoqian is delighted. Then would Zangyuan mind teaching him? Zangyuan refuses. His current strength is not enough, and he lacks cultivation resources, so for now, he can't train others. The answer makes Xiaoqian show disappointment, but the sister calms him. "Don't worry, with Brother Zangyuan's protection, we will surely return safely." Again, Zangyuan startles because he senses a presence. He asks, "Who's there? Show yourself quickly." At the same time, he launches his sword toward the energy source, but it is easily blocked by the arriving guest with just fingers, who asks Zangyuan not to be so tense, fellow cultivator. He is merely an old Taoist Sem passing by and has no ill intent.
Before you go, don't forget to tap like if you enjoyed the episode, subscribe for more epic recaps, turn on notifications so you never miss a chapter. And with that being said, Manhwa Champions, we're going to bring this video to an end. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I will catch you all later. Peace.